Daniel got thrown into the lion's den for praying, and I think the context of that story is super important for us today. Hi, everyone. This is R.A. Sweeney here to bring you another passage from the book Praying with the Writings as part of the Praying with the Bible series. Today, I want to talk about the little prayer that we see in Daniel chapter 6 before Daniel gets thrown into the lion's den. So we'll remember the other officials in Babylon were jealous of Daniel and they wanted to get rid of him. And so they decided, hey, we need to trap him in his righteousness. And they get the king to make a rule that you can only pray to the king for the next month, knowing that Daniel's going to pray in order to try to get him thrown into the lion's den to get rid of him. So the king makes the rule. Daniel does pray just like they thought he would. He gets thrown into the lion's den just like they thought he would, and the story goes from there. But I feel like in our culture, we've really latched onto this idea of like our religious practice, the government shouldn't have any say. And like, we're just going to stand up and we're going to stick it to the man. And that's not what's happening in this passage. There's a lot of detail in there that I feel like we kind of mistake what's going on, because essentially Daniel, he goes when he always does. He keeps his normal timing. He goes to the place where everybody knows that he prays. He opens the windows. He does everything as overtly as possible. And people are like, see, he was just boldly sticking up and being faithful. And I don't think that's what's going on. I don't think he's rubbing it in the king's face, because he's friends with the king. Like, he works for him, a very trusted advisor. I think what he's doing is he's saying, like, King, you've made this rule that I can't follow. Like, I need to be praying to my God. It has to happen. And I really hate that you've made this rule and that this is going to cause a division between us. I'm not going to hide it from you. I'm not going to like mix things up. I'm not going to do it in secret. I'm not going to keep the windows closed. Like, I'm going to do this as overtly as possible so you know exactly what I'm doing, because I respect you and I'm not going to hide this. And so in a way, there's a bold rebellion there. But to me, it's much more of a respect that he's showing the king of, like, I'm not going to pretend that I'm not doing this. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to do it behind closed doors. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do because I can't not do this. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to do what you need to do, because I don't want to have this be something that's hidden between us. I don't want this to ruin the relationship we have. I don't want this to be, something that I could be condemned for later of, like, oh, well, Daniel was hiding this from you, king. Like, I respect you. I'm going to do this in the open because I want you to know. And so rather than really just like sticking it to the man, it's being as respectful as he can, but doing what he needs to do. So that's what I wrote about for this passage. Hope it's a blessing. Thanks, everyone.